allowed to do this. It's okay. It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. Off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Hello there.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining me from. It is Maiyegun live.
What's the truth?
Thank you so much for joining me as always. Just do what you have to do before you get settled into the broadcast. Share the broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends and tell them that Maiyegun is live. Like the broadcast. And don't forget to read beyond just the caption. Read the description as well and tell everyone, Maiyegun today. There is a presser given by Peter Obi, and it was not just a presser, it was in fact like a media parley where he had a lot to say about why he has been touring Nigeria after your 2023 charade. We're going to start from that. Also, Sirika, the son of the caliphate, is currently under the detention of the EFCC, according to the information out there. Sirika is being held as the former aviation minister who stole more than 100 billion naira, but is currently being questioned for 8 billion naira Nigeria Air. And on the part of Yeye Bello, he is not agreeing with anybody. He said he shouldn't be declared as a fugitive. EFCC is a rogue organization. So good morning to you once again, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us from. It is Maiyegun Live. And we are starting tonight with this long presser given by Peter Obi, something you can say from his own lens, the way he now realizes the rot in the system in Nigeria. And he declared that he is not desperate to be president. It won't be the first time he's saying it, though, right? But he said he's desperate to see Nigeria work. So, if it's going to be boring for some of you, I bet it is not a boring one for the obedient. So, we are starting from that tonight. So, let's go straight into that presser and then begin to review whatever is in it. All right? So, thank you very much. Let's get started. Obi.
Of having to be with you today to identify and being able to find solutions to critical areas of need and our development. I've come to address a number of issues this morning. I've toured across the countries, meeting and discussing and interacting with people on critical areas of development, and I found there's any areas that while we will stop our government intervention, there's also need for interventions of well-being Nigerians, especially as it concerns the area of health, education, and pulling people out of poverty. And the two areas of need that I want to do what I call today an appeal challenge is in area of water and education. And my appeal is to a number of Nigerians. 1% of the population of this country, which is about 202 million, I believe control about 70% of the national wealth. But my appeal is to 0.1%, 200,000. So it's even below the 1%. In water, I found the continuous need for potable water across the country, which to provide pipe-borne water will take several years, which I urge the government to do whatever it takes to start in that direction. But in the meantime, to have a short-term solution that can impact greatly, there's need to drill boreholes across the country. And my appeal is to these 200,000 people to drill at least one borehole a year. Just one. You could do more, but do one a year. This will cost between 5 to 10 million. Just one a year. And that will be 200,000 boreholes scattered all over the country. And it will go a long way in solving this problem while we wait for government to do the potable water system, the pipe-borne water system. My second appeal is in the area of education. Education, as you all know, is the most critical tool of development. The more educated any nation is, the more developed, the more they pull their people out of poverty. And poverty has been an issue of challenge, even in our security. And we need to deal with it head on. And I've taken to do a study of how we can help, especially as we have millions of children out of school, mostly in the north. And I've taken to various states, taken stock of various studies, especially with their Almajiri school system or learning system, as the case may be. I've now visited those who are, you can call the teachers, and had the opportunity of taking time and immerse myself into the Quranic learning with the young kids. And I could see in them very brilliant people that will be doctors, lawyers, scientists, competent political leaders of tomorrow. And I said, the only thing we need to do is to develop a Shanghai system of education that inculcates the Quranic studies with Western education and ensure that all the centers across the north and wherever, even in the south where there's problem where you have some out of school children, you can put them together in a system like that and ensure that while they are learning the Quran, they're also learning mathematics, English, science, and skills that will make them a complete person and contribute immensely for the own of the country. Because I could see it. It's clearly a talent that is missing, and this is easy. I went further to study the cost implication, because it's very easy. Why they cannot go to school? My proposal is to take school to them. Take this education. The same spot where they are learning Quran, which have found them dedicated, willing to learn. Let's bring English teacher there. Let's bring mathematics teacher there. Let's bring science teacher there. Let's go there and teach them skills alongside the same learning. And I did a studies because I asked them in the center that I studied, how much do you pay the teachers? How much does it cost you to operate this facility. The facility had over 50,000 people with 2 teachers. And I said, what is their salary? You wouldn't even believe it. They paid them little or nothing. So I proposed even a salary to accommodate them while employing the English, mathematics, and science teachers. And I could see a cost to operate each center of about 5 million naira annually. But I doubled that to make it 10 million for each center annually. And my appeal is also that these 200,000 people support each of those centers. If we're able to do that, 50 people in one center with 200,000 people will give us 10 million. Imagine if we do half of that and we're able to pull 5 million young people out of the number of out-of-school children, and with this, knowing that in 5 years, these people will be in position to contribute immensely to the development of this nation, and we would have pulled them out of future poverty and reduce their involvement in future criminal activities and everything. So that is my appeal. This water and education. I have done 10 boreholes.
Obi, see, all those lofty ideas, as great as they sound, I personally believe that in case if Obi didn't know himself, he's just talking to the wall. I just want to have it on record here, because it goes beyond what he observed. How was he making an appeal? Yeah, he's making an appeal to you, all of you, to at least get involved in the water problems. That it is actually a pandemic, it's a big problem that he himself possibly felt like, oh, is it this bad? Now he found that it is even worse. So it's not even like asking the Tinubu's government or any other government anywhere. It's pretty much like appealing to all of you to get involved. And if 200,000 of you could decide to just build one borehole, I don't think geologists are going to agree with that. All of them are geologists. Do you think they can drill in the state of Nigeria that you have almost every home with borehole? Like you can see up to like 2-3 boreholes in the streets. I don't think geologists will agree that drilling 200,000 boreholes for water in a year is a good idea. But because Nigeria don't get history of earthquake, here you get, and there are so many other deeper and deeper drillings going on across Nigeria, disturbing the earth. All those machines, chemicals that they are currently using for their illegal minings across Nigeria. In some part of Oyo State and Kwara, there are homes that are already like dilapidated due to endless earth-shaking machines that some of these illegal miners are using in some of these communities. So do you think, like I said, I'm not a geologist. I don't think all geologists will agree with that. In fact, they will come like the climate change campaigners. Geologists will fight you. Then the climate change activists will kind of like, but that's him trying to see what he called the temporary solution, the short-term solution, the mid-term, and the long-term, based on his own experience as he is storing about Nigeria. And don't forget, this man is the presidential candidate, the supposed winner of their last charade elections. Do you understand? However, he said he's not really doing this anymore because he wants to be president, even though, I don't believe him. But the other part is the fact that he is telling us now, me and you, we haven't been to some of these areas. We haven't met these people, right? He did. He met them in the last, in the last 10, 11 months, since after, what do you call it? Since after your charade election, right? It's been on record that he has personally gave out over 350 million naira, and the evidence are there, like, here you get, of his own personal money in the course of trying to give token support to institutions, to communities, areas where government, like many other places, have completely left them to their fate. But he continued. Let's listen to the other parts.
To contribute immensely to the development of this nation, and would have put them out of future poverty and reduce their involvement in future criminal activities and everything. So that is my appeal. This water and education. I have done 10 boreholes, about 10, out of which 1 or 2 is having challenges. I intend to go back and make sure that all of them are functional. And I'm also promising to do about 10 more. For the school system that I advocated, I've also supported 1 with the 10 million, and I intend to do 2 more. But my appeal is to these 200,000 wealthy Nigerians who can do without 20 million naira annually for us to support this challenge. Among other things they do, because they are taxpayers, who have been very good citizens, who have supported other areas, including pulling people out of poverty. But this challenge will go a long way. At the same time, I'm appealing to governments at all levels, federal, state, and local governments. We're in crisis. It is time to cut all waste. Put all resources in this challenge of pulling the poor people out of poverty. We have a crisis that is driven by poverty. We can no longer, as a nation, afford to throw people into poverty. We need to pull them, start pulling them out of poverty now. That is my reason for taking your time this morning. Just an appeal. And I'm appealing to everybody. Let our priority now be fighting poor people, poverty, and helping poor people to live. Thank you. I already tackling the food shortage. I mean, you know that if there's anybody who has preached about food shortage, it's me. I've always said that the priority should be in dealing with all cultivated vast areas of the north, which I still believe we're not giving enough attention. We need to do that aggressively. And I'm doing that. And I'm supporting so many other areas of farming. And I'm sure you're following me. I'm going to so many farms, supporting so many farms. But I said, among other things we do, I'm doing things in health, within School of Nursing and everything. But this particular challenge that I posed now, I said they should add it to what they're doing, because you can not only deal with today. When you talk about food, you're talking about food of today. I want to talk about food of tomorrow and development of tomorrow. It is critical that as you're dealing with today, think about tomorrow. Those who focus only on today will miss tomorrow. We have a crisis, insecurity, that has been created by not supporting people educationally yesterday, doing the right things yesterday. So as we try to solve the problem of today, let's invest in tomorrow. And whether borehole will be the only thing I do, I just said it's in short term. I'm sure you know I would have to do far more than that.
Thank you. Mr. Troops?
Good morning, sir. Closely related to what we are backing up, many have described as beating the gun because campaigns have not started. One, are you on campaign? Two, if you are on campaign, are you not worried of what is happening in your party, the Labour Party, and the Nigerian Labour crisis? That's the second question. Third question. This week you criticized the coastal road projects. What would you have done if you are in a position to do it?
Thank you. Number one question is that I'm not on campaign. Number one question is that I'm not on campaign. I know we live in a system where for public office holders and people who have called themselves politicians, which I'm among, we are only after elections. We only be seen during elections. But I can tell you, it's everyday job. It's something you need to go around and learn the problems of the country, so that you actually know how to solve them, and contributing and building a better society has nothing to do with office. I've said it several times that I'm not desperate to be president of Nigeria. I'm desperate to see Nigeria work. I'm desperate to see Nigeria, the poor, the less privileged in Nigeria, being pulled out of their difficult situation daily. That is what I'm desperate to do. That's what I'm desperate to see. And all of us can do it in one way or the other. You can't be happy. You can't be moving around when several millions don't know where the next meal will come from. When people don't even have water. When I see children, if you see my pain, when I sat with those children and reading Quran and see how they were able to recite and write that, I could see geniuses everywhere that we have abandoned. So it is not campaign. On issue of Labour Party and NLC, that issue I can tell you will be solved. It's begin giving its own attention. But we're always concerned about party. We're not concerned about what we're supposed to be concerned about, which is the future of the people. It is about the people. So for me, the people are where I'm focusing. On the issue of what I would have done if I was president, let me tell you, my brother. If I was president of Nigeria today, nobody would think of any new road until we finish the existing ones. You see, in this country, we are always trying to do things out of priority. Today, my brother, you can't move from Lagos to Badagry. A short road of less than 100 kilometers. It's been under construction for several years. Lagos-Calabar is just being completed for several years. You can see Badagry to Ore. The same thing if you come in to the north, you look at Kanu to Kaduna, Kanu to Medugri, Sokoto to Funtua. I can show you all the roads. In Kaduna, I drove from Kaduna to Abuja yesterday. Just Kaduna bypass alone.
How many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Ah!
Anyway, again, to those of you who don't like, or those of you who are like, it's boring, I have told you, there is a reason why I will continue to put Obi on your screen. Because if Tinubu has his way, or the APC, Egbekegbe have their way, all of us, we will disappear from the surface of the earth. Do you understand what I mean? Whatever they can use as an excuse not to see me and you again, talking like this again, or having the audacity to try to want to actually stand up to them, they will do it. You will help them, okay, to stop him from disturbing them because you are bored, right? You want to sit down and laugh and all that. Oh, he's lying. I have told you. There is a reason why the obedient Peter Obio, they will continue to be on our faces and they must remain so. If that will keep and continue to add to the pressure that is already obvious on the entire establishment, it's just a matter of time before the entire thing collapses. Something will trigger something, and whatever it is going to be, this like this one, you would have to learn how to deal with it. Because if you have no idea what it means to keep all of us divided, weak, and never having the whatever it is that will take to challenge them or challenge or even destroy the entire establishment, as a lot of you would like to see it happen. So among all boring things, this is a boring one that you have to get used to seeing. Not only like getting bored, getting used to and encourage, support, push. Not because you probably have any stake in it. But if I see those who have enough, whatever it's going to take to get the entire contraption balkanized in my lifetime, you are welcome. Here is the other part of the charts. You might need to go and take a nap a little bit. We'll wake you up when the video plays finish. Do you mind? Here.
In fact, Benin to Auchi Road is impossible. You can't go from Benin to Sapele to Warri. You cannot go from Calabar to Uyo. These are roads. You can't drive today from 9th Mile to Makodi. These are roads that are already existing and have gone bad, and we need to repair. That's where we need to put our resources and deal with it. We already have a network of roads that if we fix it, you can be able to move the economy. Then you introduce new one. Why are people introducing new things when the existing one is not existing? When I was governor of Anambra State, I started by completing the roads started by my predecessor, Dr. Chris Ngike. And then after that, you can add a new one. Because there's existing roads that are not, you cannot even drive past. So for me, that is the critical areas that needs attention. And that's where I'll concentrate.
Let me make due to some areas to landslide, mudslide, traffic congestion like that. So why are you not thinking of other solutions rather than getting the water and using bigger things that might around boreholes across the country? That's number one. Then your former BG campaign, Dr. Leo, said that your mind has never been in the Labour Party. Ahead of 2027. Firstly, did you agree with him, or did speaking your mind that Labour Party is just a kind of special purpose vehicle for you to realize your ambition? Then the second part of that question is, if Labour Party didn't work
in 2027? Are you moving, or where would you like to move to?
Well, let me again assure you, I'm not talking about the next election. I'm talking about solving the problem of Nigeria. The next election will come in 2027. Nobody knows who will contest in 2027 or those who will not contest. I'm preoccupied as a politician for now to deal with issues that affect the ordinary Nigerian. In terms of borehole, I said it's a temporary, short-term measure before you have water. If you have a situation where you have accident today, let me tell you, and they take you to hospital, and you need blood, there's an occasion where they will use a bit of a matching blood to deal with the system first until they get the right thing. So it is important that you understand. I didn't say this should be the solution. When I was governor, I did borehole in all the secondary schools. I know that when I was a student, we had a pipe-borne water in the school. But I did borehole because that was a short-term measure. Other people will now continue and do so. We must find a short-term solution to be able to get people to have potable water. And on what is in my mind, only God knows.
Okay, point please. There's a point please. After you spoken, point please. Okay.
John Akubo is the name. I write for the guidance. As you are talking about.
Now, from that part here, I can save you some of the stress because the guys who were asking him questions, they were not really interested in what he said in a way to kind of probe questions that could possibly offer further suggestions or advice and all that. They were asking him about Labour Party. They were asking him about the next election. They were asking him about if he's going to leave Labour and the rest of that. So they were not really interested. And they were asking why he condemned the 15 trillion naira coastal road of Tifnumbu. So that's most of what they said in the rest of the video. So I'll save you that because now that one can be waste of time. But he was pretty much frustrated where it is. In case if you haven't noticed, there is this ingrained sort of mentality. I don't know if it's mentality, but it is one dubious mindset that whether consciously or unconsciously, I would say unconsciously, a lot of us subscribe to is this. If I come down, like showing you all of these horrible things that these guys are doing, 100% of those of you who are here today watching this, at least I could plus or minus believe that more than 80% of you will say you will do it differently. In fact, some of you can go as far as painting the picture of how you think things should be done in Nigeria. So which means there is a possibility that 80% of you watching this video now will agree with me that a lot is wrong with Nigeria. Right? But the moment I decide to say that conclusion, right? That agreement that the system is broken and something needed to be done. You see, that moment when I say I can do it. Remember, we all agreed that the entire system is broken. And somehow, a lot of us have an idea how to do it better. If it was me, I would just do this. If I was the one who is the governor, this is what I would do. If I was the one who is the president, this is what I would do. A lot of us have that kind of, sort of sentiment, Abi. Again, all because we agree that the system is broken and the criminals in charge, they have failed. That is why we agree that it should be done differently, Abi. You see, the moment I now say, Maiyegun for president, I will fix that water problem. And this is how I'm going to fix it. I will fix that education problem. This is how I'll fix it. I promise that I will fix that road. And it will run smoothly. I've got no background in their criminal enterprise called politics. So I am just like you and me. We are just like the same. That we both agree that, it should be done differently. You see, the moment they see that face, Maiyegun for president, you are all the same. My friend, stop this thing. You are all the same. If they give you the chance now, you too, you, to look at your face. All this your face, we look rough now. In 6 months, you're already multi-billionaire. Now all of you will be the same. Do you know that you have that, whether conscious or unconscious sentiment, that your suspicion of those who have not really hurt you, right? Your suspicion of them that they will be worse than those ones who are dealing with you right now is always there inside majority of you or majority of us. And that is why when you look at somebody talking, he's talking about Nigeria, this, Nigeria, that, there is always that sentiment of, they are all the same, Jare, my brother. When it gets there now, it's going to be the same. I would prefer Tinubu, Jare. At least I know say Tinubu na criminal. I know say Tinubu na thief. I will prefer Atiku, Jare. At least all of us know say Atiku na thief. And we all know say all of them be this. I don't trust this Maiyegun. This one will never see money. He go first one take care of family. He go first one take care of his friends. He will first want to make some money before you even remember the poor people. That sentiment is always in you. And that is somehow the way you will look at Showore. It is also the same way you will look at just anybody that appears to want to stand up and challenge the... you get? I don't trust him, Jare. But why? I don't know. There's something is not right about his eyes. Look at that, his eyes. They smoke Igbo. I don't like people who smoke Igbo. I don't trust them. So what are you going to do? I prefer Yeye Bello, Jare. We know, see Yeye Bello na thief. It is the devil we know. I don't see this. I don't trust him. You always have that. Some of you can't say it out. And sometimes people say them for you. And you just say, through Jare, my brother. You can't say it. Right? But there's something that makes you more suspicious of anybody standing up against your oppressors. You agree, say your oppressors be the worst evil. When it is time for you to discard them, instead of you to activate that, what you will activate is your suspicion. Well, I don't, that kind of thing. I know that all the time. And that is why sometimes I tell you that Nigerians love their oppressors differently. And their Labour Party, starting from, the entire political criminality, every one of you here knows the role that Tifnumbu and his gang have played in further destroying PDP so that they will not be strong enough to be opposition to them. They have, when the obedience came, they decided to unleash everything on you, call you fascist. Even when you are bleeding, when they are macheting you, when they were killing you for not supporting the Tifnumbu, they are still accusing you of the problem. They said your tweets can break up Nigeria. They said your tweet is more violent than the machete they are planting on you. The gunshot, the attacks. So they said the way you talk, the way you talk can cause problem in Nigeria. So you are the problem. So If they can make you have no political party to stand on, so Obi is their number one enemy. It's not because he has done anything to you. But some of you agree. You look at him. Well, in Anambra, when he was Anambra governor, what did he do? Baba, he is no more the Anambra governor. Abi, Anambra have other governors after him. But Baba, the Nigeria country is going into a bloody civil war, which can trigger any moment. But you will prefer those who are leading you to that civil war, leading you to that economic ruin, leading you to that terrorized existence. You will rather, I still prefer them. This will be, they said this will be in Akusu River, in Kinikon River. He killed people and all of that because you needed something to tell you this man is more dangerous than those who are pardoning terrorists, than those who are looting your treasury, than those who have wrecked your economy, than those who have made millions of you impoverished. But something inside you still says they are better than this will be. So that is why I'm going to keep him on your faces. You get that? Because what the likes of Tinubu are spending so much money and flexing so much muscle on is for all of them to be gone. Yeah, everybody will begin to all of you will just answer up and say, there's nothing we can do, Jari. Let's just wait on God. And that's what Tinubu and co wants. When Buhari and gang were spending millions of dollars on propaganda against the Biafrans, the IPOB, some people were here. Ogbeni, you be Igbo ni? Ogbeni, your own about this Igbo people self, I don't understand. Every time, this IPOB, don't you see what they are doing? I said, if their propaganda is working on you, the only thing they wanted is to make sure that, not only they criminalize it, if you ever get associated with it, they will tag you a criminal. For people that are asking for referendum became a crime. But I didn't back down. At a point, it almost like I was the only person talking about IPOB and the N8billion and the injustice that have been meted at them. I know some of you later came around. At some point, I was probably annoying and boring, saying the same thing every now and then about this injustice here, injustice there, until they started unleashing the same injustice on us, the Yorubas. Because from our own people too, some also decided that we are done with Nigeria. If we have an opportunity of making a choice, we will never choose Nigeria. So now they want to criminalize us too. And some people are like, no, it's the legitimate right. I said, well, because people like us continue to try never to make their wish work. Anybody that stands against that, that contraption and its arrangement, all they need is just to make up something and hang it on you. And then they will just send all the people after you. Okay? Media, the people, everything. But you won't see it. It will just appear like it's just normal. But it's not normal. Coordinated to keep you divided. I know the game very well. Okay? And sometimes when I show you some things, it's not because I support them. No. Sorry, it's not because I believe in them per se. It is because their challenges, if any of you or any of this group, all of us who are the product of the disjointed Nigeria. So if they push all of us, push this one, push that one, push this one, push that one of us will get pushed. We will come push back. You see, all of us, others, when they don't push to the wall, you're back at the wall, right? That one pushing back may be the motivation you need. So don't join them in helping to say, they are this, you are just doing the work of the establishment in Nigeria. Everybody gone. So that you will never have anything strong enough to even challenge them or give them any sleepless nights or even get rid of them. You want them gone? Then you must consume every content that comes from every group that has taken a stand against the establishment as it is affecting all of us. Because of that part, the criminal Nigerians with their criminal leaders, They will never want anything to change. I mean, how can you describe this for me, okay? In Nigeria, where somebody stole 84 billion naira of his own state, there are people who have never been paid their pension. They've never been paid their salary for years. There's no way you say they will always have those who will tell you, is it the only person? Leave him alone.
The gods of Kogi State, from River Niger to River Benue, the confluence is in Kogi State. Except say River Niger and River Benue no commit for Kogi State. If River Niger and River Benue commit for Kogi State, they no go fit arrest Bello. Because Bello hand is clean. They use the EFCC to pursue him. They go lay seat for a house for Abuja. Make they hold him. They no go succeed though. Because Bello is innocent of what they are saying. Let them follow the court order. Let them follow the rules of the laws of Nigeria. Let them follow the laws of the land. Except say I no be born of Igala Kingdom. If I be born of Igala Kingdom, now dear hand go fit catch Bello. But as me, the voice of the street, come intervene for this matter. Where I buy black cock, carry tortoise, come for this sacrifice, their hand no go catch Bello. Now me talk am. If their hand catch Bello, may they change my name from voice of the street. Bello had done development for Kogi State. Bello is the Agune Chamber 1 of Nigeria. They is the one of Kogi State. The white lion itself. EFCC they front, they back. You they back, they front. You they left, they right. You they right, they left. You they center, they come here, you jump them past.
Yesterday, the chairman of EFCC, Mr. Olukayode, was going lyrical, describing to all of us how Yeye Bello moved money, could give people's money, to even pay in advance the school fees of his own son in America, $720,000 US. Interesting. And Mr. Olukayode said, hey, I will do everything within my power to make sure that Yeye Bello stand trial for his crime. By his less than 24 hours, EFCC has withdrawn the case against Bello in what they believe they need to go and rearrange themselves. The internet is now agog and awash. You see that guy where you're watching video just now? Is managed to cash out something from the whole experience. Because right now, he did all of that yesterday. EFCC don't withdraw case against Bello today. Yes, they have. Remember that Bello went to court and said the court should stop them from arresting him, prosecuting him, or inviting him at all. Yeah, and that's what the court judgment is. So EFCC wanted to go and appeal that. Nigerian court will give that judgment to EFCC, no day court where they give that order. So EFCC now want to lift the order. They say the judge is not feeling well. So the judge didn't come to court yesterday. Today, EFCC withdrew the case. They have withdrawn the case. Now, we don't know if it is the case of Yeye Bello's corruption, or it is the appeal case that they have withdrawn, but Yeye Bello still get case. We don't know. Some people are now asking when is Olukayode going to resign. Because someone say end of the late by tomorrow morning, Olukayode should resign. Because he be like say Yeye Bello is never going to be arrested or prosecuted for anything. Olukayode is novice. He has no idea of the terrain he is operating in. Or maybe he did know, but he hasn't learned, right? Same thing with this Sirika. The man we sold plain logo to Nigerians. And some Nigerians started printing shirts, printing face cap, waiting for the arrival of Nigeria Air. At this Sirika, this guy. You see, this one is a special advisor to Buhari. This one was a special advisor to Buhari on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok matters. His name is Tolu Ogulesi, one of those brilliant, sharp minds that helped APC propaganda of 2014-2015, and he was compensated. This mad boy ended up becoming the face of the missing Nigeria here, Tolu Ogunlesi, is nowhere to be found anymore. Okay, after Buhari. Now that guy sold ordinary logo to Nigerians for 87 billion naira. They designed the logo in Bahrain for $450,000. Then he came to London. Yeah, he came to London sometimes in 2019, 2020, no, sorry, 2019, and I think 2021. Okay, hang on. It started from 2018. Then 2019, I think. So they came for the Aviation show in the UK. And this guy rented a stand at the show. A stand they called Nigeria Air Stand. So Nigerians in the UK who visited the show, they were taking pictures with the design logo. They were taking pictures and they were waiting for Nigeria Air. They told them a lot. They even told some of them that they were going to, if they want to become pilots. They said, in fact, the whole thing was so deep that at the last minute of Buhari's regime, they went to Ethiopia to go and lease aircraft. And then they printed a sticker on the body of the aircraft, written Nigeria Air. This guy paid $100,000 for that arrangement to fly for the Ethiopia airline to allow Nigeria to cover their aircraft with the name Nigeria Air sticker. And then they flew it to Nigeria. Before they flew it to Nigeria, Nigeria media was awash. Congratulations. Honorable Minister of Aviation, you have done so well. Congratulations to Nigerians. Nigeria will be great again. The first flight of Nigeria Air is going to land in Abuja at 14:00. But they actually brought out journalists. They brought, staff of the aviation ministry. They even brought out some other Bajue, Lebanese, that will look like white people to come and take picture that Nigeria has broken the ice that Nigerians should be proud of Buhari. This was 3 days to the end of Buhari's inglorious, corrupt, murderous regime. Adi Sirika then built for himself a caliphate, like the Sultan of Sokoto's kind of palace. He decided to build one for himself. Where was that again? Is that not in Kebbi? Then he was going to be the governor of Kebbi, but that didn't work out. Here you get it, didn't work out. But he built for himself. I'm talking about palace. I'm not talking about mansion like this. I'm talking about mansions in areas that covers more than, let's say, 100 acres of land. I'm talking about like estates. He made so much money for himself. So Olukayode told us that he's been arrested since the Nigeria Air was a fraud, since there was nothing called Nigeria Air. It was all scam. But they are now charging him for 8 billion naira. Even me, I know, say the guy stole more than 8 billion. So Olukayode said,
not only at this account, so many officials who had worked in that ministry, particularly in the last few years, were investigating them. And investigation is ongoing, and when we are through, we will let you see the report. So it's not just about Adi Sirika. It's about, like I told you, I'm more concerned. There's nothing personal. There's nothing personal. It's not about this Sirika. It's about the system. It's about our process. It's about national interest. So don't let us single out someone as if EFCC is running after this Sirika. No, please. No, it's a system. If you are asking, are we investigating issues that have to do with the Ministry of Aviation? And I will tell you straight away that yes, we are investigating it. When the time comes for us to release the report, or if you are ready to go to court, you will see the details of our report. But now it is premature for me to tell you what we have discovered. we are making progress. Just believe that we are making progress in that investigation, and we are not going to stop. And whatever we discover at the end of the day, when we are ready to go to court, we will put it out there to Nigerians.
So it's in custody.
Is that what?
It's in custody, sir.
Which custody? Go to our office and find out whether it's in custody. Now, on Better Edu, we have released statement, very comprehensive statement, following my the interview, my in-house report with me. After that, because of the misconception out there, we released another official statement. I believe yes, on Better Edu. We told you what we have recovered. Some of us we decide to zero this in on Better Edu. I don't know why you have singled out Better Edu over this investigation. When, as I'm talking to you now, we have established culpability on part of over 15 senior staff of that place, not only Better Edu. See, let us, under this regime in the EFCC, please, sir, we will work. We are working for Nigerians. It's not about any individual. If I'm going after individual, we will not get anywhere. Let's learn that as Nigerians, as media men, as civil society. What I'm doing in the Nigerian ministry is not about Better Edu. Neither is it about Alima. I've told you before, it's about the system. A system that will allow someone to access the agency's account and move out 7 billion, 14 billion under 1 hour without assigning it or directing it to at any specific project. You call that a system? I told people, I said, look, the people we have suspended, if we had replaced them by now, even if you had brought saint into that project, into that ministry, in 24 hours, that saint will be contaminated. So it's not about Better Edu, please. Neither is it about Alima. Don't let us personalize this thing. Don't let us single out individuals. It's about the system. It's the system I'm investigating. So whosoever is now become, we find culpable along the line, those are the names you will hear. So let's have that mindset. Let's understand that the way these things work. If I'm running after Better Edu or I'm after Alima and hundreds of other people are stealing money, do you think this what we are investigating started running Better Edu? Do you think it started running Alima? Do you think it even started running Sadia? Before that ministry was established, every single kobo that was allocated to that ministry is what we are investigating. So we are talking of trillions. So if we are talking about Alima, please, we won't get anywhere. We will go back to where we are coming from. That's the problem. So let us take our time. And in any case, when did we even start this investigation? You said it yourself that, look, you want us to do diligent work before we go to court. Now we are doing diligent work. We are saying, when are we going to court? Before Poppy was arrested, FBI have been trailing him for three years. When did I start this investigation? That I've told you what we have been covered within a short period. I told you before, we are investigating over 50 accounts. You must understand some of these processes. For each account, we write letter to bank. We wait, the bank replies. Now, from that, we get other leads. We follow those leads again. We start writing letters. Sometimes it takes you 2 3 weeks for them to reply. We bring people, we interview, we get disclosures. We run after those ones. It takes time. Investigation takes time. There are agencies you write letter to, they will not respond until you go there and threaten.
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
It is called media trial. It is the stock in trade. It's like a theatrical show. Okay? So just make it look like something is happening when absolutely nothing is happening. Do you understand? I mean, you remember Maguluta Crook now? Maguluta Crook under Buhari. It was all rules. Now he's talking too much. Of course he's talking too much, but he's doing it on purpose. With the way he's going, that is the chairman of the supposed Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC in Nigeria, right? is somebody that nobody should even see. Nobody should meet, nobody should know, per se. Because the nature of his work means he should be dread. He's somebody that if you see him face to face as a politician, then you know there is a problem. So he's doing all of that so that at the end of the day, the media trial will go on and on and on and on. Then election will happen and they will remove him. They will bring another person. And that will be like, hey, go and look for another person to boost your profile and show that you are working too. And the cycle continues and continues. It's the same guy who said they gave Yeye Bello the chance to escape because his description is pretty much like, I didn't know that thieves have special treatment. You have a confirmation that somebody has stolen over 84 billion naira from his own people, the poorest state in Nigeria. And you are giving him courtesy until they ask them, can you come to my village? Listen to the clown again. Look at your day. He hasn't resigned though. I'm still looking at the time.
Until the day we got this order, I didn't go after this man. Do you know when we got there? I said Mount Surveillance. We were there as early as 7 a.m. Mount Surveillance. Don't cause breakdown of law and order. Our people wanted surveillance. So when eventually we got this order across to them, we were supposed to move in. That was when the government came with his vehicle. Even though they are denying now that it didn't come. When we have all the video evidence, you know the forensic evidence we have with us. And who is this man? We met over 30 armed policemen. About 10 CTU, counterterrorism. I don't know what, with him. His CSO is a senior DSS official. We met all these people there. I went with my gallant men, over 50 of them, armed to the teeth. We would have exchanged fire. Then if you have done it, there have been casualties. If I've killed 1 or 2 people in the crossfire, Adam, what will you be saying? Will you be proud to come and collaborate with me today? And that's why some people are condemning us for. Why didn't you break down the house? Why didn't you? The day I went for my screening, I was at the National Assembly.
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
Again, I think that tells you more. And for Yeye Bello, if you had a chance of responding to Olukayode of EFCC, this is what he's going to tell him. Yeye Bello, what would you say?
Well done. Just keep moving, keep moving. Don't listen to fake news.
Yes.
Don't listen to liars.
Yes.
Don't listen to distractors. Yes. If fake news or these lies is to derail person, it will derail me.
Yes, that's true.
But from day one, I remain focused.
Yes.
If you like, say whatever you want to say. Oh, me, I know what I'm doing. I will remain focused. You're the one that will be giving yourself BP.
Correct.
High BP.
Correct.
Because what they wish is not what will happen.
Yes. Correct.
Correct. You understand my point? So let them satisfy themselves. Yes. Why should I disturb myself when one idiot, one fool, one criminal, jobless,
jobless
person that is sitting down in his comfort of his room, sit down and concoct something, throw it in the air, then I'll be having headache. Why should I?
Nuisance Lele.
Yeye Bello. And he's not the only nuisance. Here you get. Sometimes when you become part of the rotten system of Nigeria, there is some level of confidence that you have to kind of assume. It's unbelievable. Yeah, there's some confidence that you have. Some confidence that people will be like, you swallow devil. I said, no, I didn't swallow anything. It's just what it is. Nothing. They can't do anything. So when I saw that video of that guy yesterday, I'm going to play it again. And it was them saying, I said, love your oppressors like you hate yourself. Show how much you hate yourself by showing and proving to us how much you love your oppressors. Yeye Bello like many others like him, when they loot, there are those who eat the crumb. We call them the crumb eaters. There are those who chase the crumb to eat. We call those ones crumb chasers. There are those that will lick anybody's asses and do any kind of dirty things just to have a part in the crumbs that is falling off the table. We call those ones ass lickers. And there are others too, whose existence and survival is to see no evil and say no evil. Those are the ones we call all righters. All of these leeches, canker worms, they loiter around gluttonous, greedy, overfed pigs like Yeye Bello. Because have you seen where pig eats? Oh, you should. Have you? Great. Like that. That is exactly how the greedy, self-centered, overfed pigs called politicians in Nigeria eat. So there are 100% guarantee. There are 100% guarantee that there will be leftovers, waste, crumbs, and everybody will do everything to have a shot like this guy.
I believe the best candidate for the party and for the country is Yeye Bello. I've said that from the start, and I stand by that. But at the end of the day, we'll go to the field, and when we go to the field, the primaries will now determine that. And
Yeye
if by
Bello
God's grace we
is your
manage to win,
candidate.
and we have the blessing of...
You say Yeye Bello is your candidate?
Certainly, Yeye Bello is my candidate, sure.
Okay, can you make an
yes,
argument
certainly,
for
he's
him?
my candidate.
Yeah,
and
tell us.
I've never hidden that.
Why Yeye Bello?
Sorry?
Go ahead. Why Yeye Bello?
Why?
Why do you think he's the best man?
Because I think that, well, I've worked closely with him. I trust him. I believe he loves the country. He's extremely tough. He's decisive. He's strong. He's young. He's dynamic. His word is his bond, which is very rare in Nigerian politics. Once he says A, it is A. And he's forthright and loyal to his own. For me, loyalty is everything. He's loyal to his own. He's very loyal to President Buhari. He's very, very loyal to the cause of the party. And he has, most importantly, strength and courage, which, in my view, it lacks in most of our leaders in this country across the board. He's also very inspiring. And a lot of people do not know this because they haven't had the privilege of being close to him. But I've worked closely with him in settling some of these issues in terms of the problems that we had in the country, particularly security issues. And I've seen how he works and how he operates. And he has encouraged me in the sense that he has made me believe in this country again and made me realize that there's still hope for all of us. And I believe in him. I believe he will do very well. I believe he will be an excellent president. And I don't believe there's anybody in the PDP or the Wike People's Party that can be brought forward that would stand a chance of defeating this young, dynamic, strong Nigerian who comes from the North Central region, an area that has never, ever enjoyed the presidency in a democratic dispensation since inception. So for all these reasons, I've identified him. But ultimately, the decision will be made by the party, and whoever the party comes up with as flag bearer, we will all support that person. But for me...
70 years old man.
Femi will sing for anybody that is ready to fill his big mouth with food. He's you won't even believe it, that he's over 60. He's over 60. He's not a young man. But just like his father, unfortunately, the man that they spared, that Ironsi saved, the moment they came for the bigots that were living off the leeches, that were living off the people in Yoruba land at the time. His father, Fani Power, who started screaming Maiyegun, please don't shoot, oh, don't shoot, oh. I am not resisting, oh, please don't shoot, oh. He was screaming and shouting to the point that the soldiers were not sure, like, is this the same funny power that we hear on radio and in newspaper? So, yeah, that's him. Are you sure this is the funny power? This is why we don't pee in body like that. So his son, is an ass licker, a crumb eater, and a shameless one for that matter. You won't believe that he was also a trained lawyer. He went to school in the UK. Hi. For Food Coyote. He schooled in the UK, like one of those prestigious schools that they use public funds to send their children to. He is one of the example of those who use Nigeria money to train. But he ended up as disabled dependent, like many others, on the free money of Nigeria. Wherever it can come from, even if they have to lick asses. He was there, but I think his own is fair. He was able to sit down with Yeye Bello, eat with him, especially the last few months of Buhari's government. When they drafted him in, and suddenly he became a jihadist himself, or a terrorist sympathizer as well. For Food Coyote, what will you call this? The one that was there, I don't know, like, how much do you think I will ask for if somebody steals, or somebody who has stolen 84 billion naira public money, and all I have to do is just to buy a cock? Not that kind of cock. I'm talking about the male chicken. No, not that kind of chicken. Cock. Anyway, sure. And then decided to carry calabash. How much do you think it would deserve if indeed Bello can walk away with the 84 billion naira Kogi money and he won't have to answer or pay a dime back? The top foolery. This is called top fooling.
The gods of Kogi State, from River Niger to River Benue, the confluence is in Kogi State. Except say River Niger and River Benue no come meet for Kogi State. If River Niger and River Benue come meet for Kogi State, they no go fit arrest Bello. Because Bello hand is clean. They use the EFCC to pursue him. They go lay seat for a house for Abuja. Make they hold him. They no go succeed though. Because Bello is innocent of what they are saying. Let them follow the court order. Let them follow the rules of the laws of Nigeria. Let them follow the laws of the land. Except say I no be born of Igala Kingdom. If I be born of Igala Kingdom, na dear hand go fit catch Bello. But as me, the voice of the street, come intervene for this matter. Where I buy black cock, carry tortoise, come for this sacrifice, their hand no go catch Bello. Now me talk am. If their hand catch Bello, may they change my name from voice of the street. Bello had done development for Kogi State. Bello is the Agune Chamber 1 of Nigeria. The Idu 1 of Kogi State. The white lion itself. EFCC dey front, you dey back. You dey back, they dey front. You dey left, they dey right. You dey right, they dey left. You dey center, they come here, you jump them past. Ododo na him whisk you come out to. Na Ododo na loyalty na him pay to you. Na maximum salama na him Ododo pay to Governor Yaya Bello. A lion can never give birth to a goat. Kogi is your territory. Excel, raw, flex, because you have worked and you need to chop. You need to eat. I've given this to the gods. Anywhere where they dey, whether na for heaven o, whether na for hell o, whether na for ground o, whether na for water o, whether na for sea o, whether they plan, say make hand catch Bello. Na lie. Bello go dey, Ododo go finish in tenure. Another people go come. Because government come, government go. We never see EFCC matter for Kogi State. Now Bello na him do crossover bridge for us for Kogi State, first in history. Big hospital, now you bring and come Kogi State. So I pray the ancestors and the forefathers of Kogi State, the ancestors and the forefathers of Kogi State, come to the rescue of your son. The Agu one, you made us proud. Kogi is proud of you. The street is proud of you, and we are always proud of you. God bless you. I'm doing this sacrifice for Bello. EFCC will not see him. Bad thing will not see him. Long life will locate him. God bless you all. Follow me as I do this sacrifice for our governor, Governor Yaya Bello. They will never see him. they will never see him.
Come on. Before YouTube see it, say what was he doing? He won't come out the head. That's the sacrifice time. He's a clown, but clowning or clownery is allowed in a contraption that somebody said here yesterday. That Nigeria is not in a circle. Nigeria is in a perpetual loop. That one is worse than a circle. Here you get. And that's exactly what you have there. Another person said on this platform that they do not know why that Netflix that is making billions of dollars all over the world with their content have not found it that it is easier to just probably invest in some cameras and put them in Nigeria, and you could have a lifetime series of different happenings. And no be all the weary, even can know themselves say them be weary. It is Nigeria. Now, one of the weary be this. In a flashback, it's not new.
Your Excellency, Barrister Rotimi Akeredolu, this is not a fight with you. It is just stating the truth. This morning, my mom's younger sister had an accident and they didn't have the right equipment to take care of her at the general hospital in Ibokoda. And in just some few minutes, she's been pronounced dead just because she fractured her neck in an accident. Please, let's do the right thing. Osopa deck, please. Your Excellency, Barrister Rotimi Akeredolu, this is not a fight with you. It is just stating the truth. This morning, my mom's younger sister had an accident and they didn't have the right equipment to take care of her at the general hospital in Ibokoda. And in just some few minutes, she's been pronounced dead just because she fractured her neck in an accident.
Glorify your name to the core, owner of the day, owner of the beginning and the head. I glorify your name, the God, Father of the glory. There is nobody can share the glory with you. You are beginning of the glory, you are everlasting. No, you are glorify your name to the God.
Like I said, it's not a new video. It's just one of those that will continue to remind all of us that we are just an awaiting victim of a corrupt crime scene called Nigeria. I wanted to say something very bad, but I had to take it back now. Okay, hold on. Me, I get question. Because that's what I do most. I ask questions, right? And I don't know if you have seen this, ladies and gentlemen. But I have questions. Remember they said this Lagos-Calabar 740-something kilometer road has been on the drawing board for more than 20 years now. Do you know that? It is not that if Numbu woke up and decided to want to do a road. No. Obasanjo, or maybe before him, they've muted the idea. Under Jonathan, they actually had a plan, a design. But like Second Niger Bridge, good luck Egbere Jolantan, never really see it as anything. And at the time, they said they put the contract at somewhere around 200 to 300 billion naira. But under Buhari, the project was sort of like said it will cost Nigeria up to 2 trillion naira. And because of that, Buhari no touch him at all, but he was always there. But immediately Tinubu came in, that came back up. And the surprise here, which I haven't found any clearer explanation for, but maybe if I present it to you, and present my concern as usual, point them out, maybe you can help me unlock the mystery. Under Buhari, the contract was never awarded because they had no plan of doing it. In fact, under Buhari, to show that it wasn't something that Nigeria could pay for, it was too expensive and they can't really embark upon that. Buhari's government granted license to landmark business guys, those guys who have built a resort at the beach along the axis where they want to build the road. Well, here is the mystery. Under Tinubu, an announcement is made, and they said the road is going to cost Nigeria $15 billion, roughly put at 15 trillion naira. Then when the exchange rate was somewhere around 1,400, 1,500, then it was a little bit, turned down to somewhere around 12.1 billion or to $13 billion. That's a lot of money, right? This was never really debated at the National Assembly. There was no appropriation for it in the 2024 budget. Then they said the road has been awarded. A section of it has been awarded to ITEC Shaguri, the special confidant to Tinubu, the official confidant to Tinubu is Shaguri. So who signed it out? Who approved it? When was it approved? Because all of this came to light in February, when it was concluded then that it has been awarded to ITEC. As far back as September, when Umahi was talking about the road, he was talking about, like the plan, the phase, or different phases of the road and all that stuff. But there was no bidding. There was nothing. He just made an announcement that it has been awarded to ITEC Shaguri. But when they release this, take a look at this. The Board of Public Procurement released this, and the date on the at the top right. Look at the date at the top right. This was like 2 days to 2023 election. So by this, can we say it was Buhari that awarded the road for 1.1 trillion to ITEC? Tinubu and gang have taken their forgery to another level, because there was no record that Buhari awarded any contract to ITEC 2 days before the elections last year. Now take a look at this. Take a look at this. Certificate of no objection for award of contracts. The Bureau of Public Procurement, BPP, having examined your request and all documents forwarded confirms that the project has satisfied all due process requirement for issuance of a no objection to proceed to seek Federal Executive Council's approval for the award of the contract Project's name. Award of contract for the construction of Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road Corridor, Phase 1, Section 1, Ahmadu Bello Way to Eleko Village area in Lekki Peninsula, 47.474 kilometer. Project contractor, Messiah's High-Tech Construction Company Limited, the Shaguri. Project cost as requested, 1.1 trillion. BPP reviewed project cost, 1.067 trillion. Inclusive of 7.5% VAT. Cost reduction, they removed 33 billion from the 1.1 trillion quoted. Source of funding, Mr. President approved the Phase 1, Section 1 of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road Corridor project shall be funded by the federal government. The approval was conveyed to the Federal Ministry of Works by State House letter reference dated January 24, 2024. But look up here, top right at the top, February 23rd, 2023. But the day they sent this memo in for approval, January 24, 2024, implementing ministry and agency, Federal Ministry of Works. Now, you see all this information that is right there on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, is the evidence of the fraud that they want to use the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road to perpetuate. First, there is no real review about the project. A kilometer of road from that 44 or 47 kilometer, the road they expected Shaguri to construct, about 44 kilometer, sorry, 47 kilometer road to be constructed for 21 billion naira per kilometer. 21 billion. And listen, 21 billion is like, let's see, that's like a $200 million for 44 kilometers road in the poorest. Right. This is fraud. So what do you say when your government commits fraud? Who do you report to? Who arrests people like this? So they open the floodgate. And that's how it's going to be from now on. You will read about it, you will hear it, but you will never see anything to show for it. $1.1 trillion. That's a lot of money. And that is exactly what they are doing, where they believe that they can print money. And whenever they have dollars, they can also use their printed naira to swap for any available dollars, then turn around and blame the rest of you for why your currency is falling. Yesterday, the Nigerian naira, that a lot of them have been, Kadobi has been using artificial dollar buyback and then a dollar supply, subsidize, cut down exchange, in order to continue to try to drive the context of the Nigerian naira is fighting back. Nigerian naira, go on, you can do it, keep going, I trust you, you are very strong. Bangam, Nigerian naira is 1,400 naira to $1. Oh, Nigerian naira, keep going, you can do it. We trust in you, we believe in you. Bagam, Nigerian naira is 1,200 naira to $1. Yes, Kadobi, please keep doing it. Keep going. Nigerian naira, you can do it. Bagam, Nigerian naira is now 1,050 naira to $1. Yes, if we continue like this, Kadobi, by the end of May, we should be having it at 700 naira to $1. All artificial. And then they received the news that the Nigerian foreign reserve has been depleted by $2 billion. Are we using the dollar to defend the naira? No. We are not using the naira to defend the dollar. We are not using the dollar to defend the naira. It was just like that just happened. And then suddenly, it started taking another turn until yesterday. So the dollar jumped, and again, like Nigeria naira started crashing. So it crashed to the point that Kadobi, Oduduwa, Emefiole jumped into the fray. Oh, talking about Emefiole. Good enough, I'm coming to that. So Oduduwa, Emefiole jumped into the fray. He did not tell anybody how much money they give Bureau de change. I think I even have a copy here. No, that is Emeka Ihedioga when he resigned. So Oduduwa, Emefiole jumped into the fray and said, we will quickly have to supply some dollars again to the Bureau de change so that this dollar that is crashing, this Nigerian naira that is crashing again, maybe they could easily save it again for another deceit. Now, listen, but first let me put it on, because I think I saw where he was sharing money to the Bureau de change. Here. I think I have one on my screen. This one should do. This one will help us. Okay. I was thinking I could go and get another one to put up. Okay. But this should do. So, Oduduwa Emefiole quickly jumped at it 2 days ago. So, yesterday, they released their statement to say they have now shared $10,000 and it must be sold for 1,021 naira to a dollar. Last, it be like say na joke, yo. Kadobi was only playing, because this evening as you are watching this, it be like say I wanted to send money to Nigeria today, and they said it is now 1,500 something to a pound. So I was like, I thought it's like 1,400. Like, you know something that you should probably understand. If they want to sell Nigeria naira, if you want to sell dollars for 2,000 naira to a dollar, listen, the ideal thing is what? If it's going to stay at 2,000, let it stay at 2,000. So that everybody who is doing business will know it is 2,000. Keep it that way enough that, what am I even saying? How do you keep it that way when you have nothing to back your currency? It's all like just a theory, so forget it. Practically, it's not. You can never defend that currency, and you can never defend or determine what is going to be. No, you can't. Until the day you have 24 hours electricity, and you really have a real economy where you are producing and selling something, not your artificial fake number, fake population. We are 200 million people, 200 million destitutes. That's practically what Nigeria means. I know. So explain Shalaye for me. So this mix up from the Board of Public Procurement in Nigeria and how they are cooking, how this money will disappear left, right, and center. In 2-3 years' time now, some of you will be asking, where is that road? The same way you're asking them for the east-west road, Abi. Well, from the stable of Emefiole, they have just told us now another media trial. Emefiole that they told you have like 500 bank accounts in the UK and also have 500 million pounds in one of the accounts. At the 500 million pounds account, at the 500 bank accounts, there is absolutely nothing to show for it. Now, they said Emefiole and his gang, they said they stole $15 billion through Binance. Okay, hang on. No, that's not how they said it. They said some Nigerians they transacted about $15 billion, which is a lie. The entire transaction on the entire Binance worldwide, the entire platform for a whole year, 2023, was put at 21 billion. The entire transaction that came or happened on the P2P transaction that happened from Nigeria, within Nigeria, on Binance in 2023, Baba, was put at $22 million. Yes, you heard me right. $22 million. But in Nigeria, they are telling their people that some people transacted $15 billion, but we don't know their name. But we suspect that it is the Nigerian money they stole. That's why they went after the Binance, by the way. And if Binance is not going to give them the names of Nigerians who transacted on their platform, then Binance should pay them $10 billion and go away. None of this is going to happen, by the way. But it's just like, you know what I mean? It is just like how their system, how they kind of, you know. Anyway, so that's how they make money disappear. This one is happening right now. Tomorrow, some will come and tell you they need to investigate them. So they're now telling us, they said, Emefiole used 18 billion naira, 18.5 billion naira to go and print 650 million naira. You get what I mean, right? Sometimes that country is unreal. Nigeria is unreal. It's a country where they printed 27.5 trillion naira cash. They printed it like money. Like say I just go to my printer and I just type pam, 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 pam. Print me $10,000, please. And then I'm just sipping my wine, waiting for the printer to print me $10,000. Just pack the $10,000. So later you come back and you realize I've actually printed like $2 million on my printer. Now you ask me, $2 million? Wow, Baba, you decrease. So what do you come think the $2 million do? Are you there for dump? Your machine shows say you don't print $2 million. And you where they see so, you, Maiyegun, you know what $2,000? Wait till you take $2 million do. Machine shows say you don't print 2 million. And I'm just like, why are you bullying me? I don't know. I just like, you know, like it won't weary. I know you printed 2 million. Kilo fiche. That's exactly the story of Buhari and Emefiole. 27.5 billion naira was printed, which is equivalent of $50 billion. Up to this moment, nobody knows what they can do. Nobody. Not even a single borehole. They could not even make a down payment for a roasted corn or electricity. Just how Kolu said it.
All classes, you know what they call F level? When you get failure in all the subjects that you take. F9, F8, F9, F8, FF, double F. That transmission line is a super highway. For generated electricity and power. They could not even make a down payment for a roasted corn. That transmission.
No, not even a deposit, a down payment for anything. Gone. No light, no road, no nothing. Debt, indebtedness. But now they said that part of the whole scam was that Emefiole, because they wanted to print new money. Listen up. They wanted to print new money. And to print the new money, you have to contract that to your printers. Even though Nigeria has what they call the Nigerian printing and minting press, something like, government press that actually prints money. So what they are now saying is that Emefiole awarded to the contractors who were supposed to print for them 650 million naira in different denomination, 1,000 naira, 500 naira, 100 naira. All of it will be 650 million. But the contract to go and print this new money was awarded for 18.5 billion. Kuku kill me. Yesterday, I reacted when I was looking at Tifnumbu constructing a kilometer of road for 22 billion naira per kilometer. Now, when I took a look at this one, I just said to myself, Omo, Kuku kill me. I want to buy. It's like going to the party in Nigeria. You know the way you go to parties in Nigeria and you buy money, new notes that you want to spend. You need 10,000 naira new notes. You will pay 20,000 naira to buy 10,000. It simply means you will give them your dirty money 20,000. So the value means it is 50% less of its value. Somebody will now give you brand new notes, okay, that you can go and spray so that you can end up in jail like Bobrisky. That's exactly what Emefiole did. Intake 18 billion, collect 650 million. Iru business one year. I'm not saying it's true because don't forget their media trial. But this is just so you know the type of clowns, criminals that will say anything, do anything just to have their way. Anyway. So I'm not saying it's true and it is not true, but Baba, even me, if I see an Emefiole, I will just tie rope for his leg, tie rope for his hand. On the dragon for street. I go tie the two hand like that. Okay, I won't tie his leg because he needs to walk. I can't carry him. Tie the two hand. I get to say, what do you do? He be thief. Ogbo thief. Intake $100, collect 50 pence. Yo. He crazy. No, he pass crazy. So this one a madman. Oh. You use 18 billion to go and buy 650 million. Tell me the kind of economist or economics that you study in school that makes that viable or sensible, like many other things that they have actually really done. No. Tifnumbu is using $12 billion crude oil, 167 million barrels of crude oil, just because he wanted to collect a quick cash now, $3.3 billion. In they use 12-point-something billion crude oil as collateral. Because it is not their money. It is not their business. They will run it anyhow they want. Now your children go pay. Now your children go pay the price. So when you look at them and you think, if now you won't you do the same? I hear anyone but Jackie shit to me. Oh, lie dear. You see, it is your lives, the death of your children, that they are actually mortgaging and ruining. Not directly mine. But my own worry be say, by the time they ruin the lives of your children and they become the products of that failed system, my own children will not be guaranteed their safety. No matter how much I spend or how well I train them or provide for them, your children will turn out to be the problem. That my own children will have to go and pray 3 times or 5 times a day that God should protect them from. That is what makes it my problem. We can see all of this, but we also need to understand how it affects us or how they affect us directly or indirectly. You see, those who are going to be the victims, the children of those who are currently pushing some of these guys to what they are doing, their children who have no idea will still be victims. And once they become the victims, then they turn out to become the threats to your own children. You may not even be here anymore. I may be dead. But my children are going to be here. They're going to exist here. They're going to exist with the children of those whose lives they are ruining right now. And they will still continue to ruin. Clap for him. But you won't be clapping for that long. I have seen that many times. And it worries me. You look at them as this, they plunder your common patrimony. You stand aloof, or you are busy pointing fingers. One of these days, you will look back and wish, maybe you wish that you did something. I'm doing mine. Posterity will judge all of us. So yeah, Oduduwa Emefiole, as well as the original Emefiole, they are all doing dancing makosa on the destiny of millions of Nigerians who can't really differentiate between governance and organized crime. What you have in Nigeria is an organized criminal enterprise from every strata or every facet of life in that place is all inflicted with that pandemic. It is an epidemic. Pandemic, epidemic, catastrophe. Okay, don't worry. I wanted to try and wrap it into words, but it won't be necessary because I have said enough. So thank you for your time. I will take, I will take a short break and I will come back here to take calls. And if you feel, kind of like alive enough to want to say one or two things, the line will be opened in under 2 minutes. I'm going to make another tea. Aunt the shake, leg the shake, Baba we nowhere. It is shot me look on. Oh, matter much, right? So I do have a caller, but before I connect my caller, I want to say a big thank you to the 3 people that actually reached out from last night's appeal for our brother and his family in Dubai. And I can authoritatively tell all of you now that we have managed. I'm going to put down on the screen just so you see it, okay? So this is how much we have managed to sort of get. Can you see that? Okay. Now you see that 97 there, right? So 27 of that is mine. I won't mind to leave that, okay? So that's what we've managed to kind of get. So you won't be seeing most of the name of the donors, okay? Let me see. Where's the camera? Come on, pick it. Exactly. You see that? So I don't know what their exchange rate is in Dubai. So I was going to possibly just, initially just make, about 200 pounds a transfer, but I couldn't really do that until I make it public enough to let you know what we've got. So to everybody who might still pretty much feel like they want to help or reach out, okay, use that PayPal. It's on your screen. As it is scrolling on your screen, right? You can type it into a browser, just like that, paypal.me/diaspora radio UK. That's all you need to type into it. In your browser, it will take you to where you can actually make that contribution, £1, £2, and what have you. Every penny counts, and you will be appreciated. All right? Thank you. So here, hello there. Ahmed.
Ya gari ya aiki.
Ya de.
Lafiya kalau.
Lafiya kalau madala.
Ya aiki.
Alhamdulillah.
Yawwa, barka dai. Ya iyali kuma, iyali lafiya kalau ko?
Lafiya kalau. Ya mata.
Yawwa. To mata alhamdulillah suna nan lafiya lau duka. Alhamdulillah suna nan kalau. Yawwa. Sannu.
Don't complicate it. At least if we get ourselves that way,
we'll put that like that.
Before you kind of get me lost. So yeah. How are you doing today?
Before we get through here, baby.
You know, like all that one where we could be like extra.
That one now, when if I don't vex sometimes, if I want to talk something, you say I don't vex, that kind of thing.
How are you doing anyway?
I'm doing okay, Maiyegun. How are you doing now?
Well, I'm still here as well. Can't complain, you know?
Yeah. I mean, me, I don't get anything much to talk. I just want to pick 1 or 2 videos where we say you've been put there about Obi. You know, when Obi comes on and talk about the North and stuff like that, I just try go to comment section or mostly comment section. You know, post these days. If you want pick some things, you see that comment section. Nobody really. This one we say you go see people they do anyhow. If all these bloggers if you want to see the better thinking of the way Nigerians they think, just enter comment section. Now there you go begin pick. You go come the reason say I won't really take one Louis by. I don't know see them play. As you go see some kind comment. Like the video of that guy where you play, where they talk say unless if he no be him, Yeye Bello, nothing with him, all those kind of, you go see people there that they think that way. If you see somebody if you believe that kind of one say now waiting that guy do, now him make, or now they play with spiritual power, who tell you we know say spiritual power they all those kind of things they. But no be that like no be so that they work.
No be so.
You get the way that they work, no be so that they work. That one aside. I was reading the comment when I seen someone was like, said the Northerners, they are not educated or something. Maiyegun, if you are talking about education, these are people that I have told you several times, these are people that I grew up with, spent almost half of my life with them and stuff like that, you know? And these are people that we went to school together. You understand? I know them. If you are talking about school, making or more way, Maiyegun, forget these people. If you want to see the ones with Sabi book inside them, if they begin solve math, they begin enter English. They feel out their English only in the accent.
If you see the ones who speak that speaks like the ones that shows that really went to school among them, even some of the elite, you will hear their English and you'll be like, is this person Hausa Fulani for real?
Someone like Sanusi Lamido Sanusi and the other guy that was going about with Gumi.
I know.
If they speak English or they write or they solve math for you, they look at. So in terms of education, make una forget. You should stop saying the Northerners and forget that thing. A lot of them are educated, but there is just one thing. You see that religious fanatism. That religious fanatism. You cannot take it away from even, no matter how learned, no matter how educated that person is. That religious fanatism, that nonsense in that head, you can never take it away. That is why you will compare them and you say they are all.
No matter how much they try to be moderate,
no matter how,
ever you can't.
No matter how they try to blend inside Igbo's Neo, the other languages, you will still see that thing, no matter how. Forget, say they go talk, no, we are together, let's be together. But let me tell you, the action alone will tell you, only if you know they read the line, and you know go see them. That fanatic mindset.
Extremism, exactly. It's ideology. It's an
extremism. You cannot take it away. So forget say they no go, they go school.
You go lose guard
around them
because they are like around you. They will never make mistake of losing guard around anybody when it comes to conversation.
No, they're not gonna make mistake.
And interest.
They're not gonna make mistake.
They know they make that mistake. They know they get carried away. They know they get emotional.
And you know say even for South Self, we Awana and Emifiole now. Just like you used to talk, Sheba, I want not learn low. All those ass leakers, but no be the people you talk about.
I know.
Maybe say them go school, but they go on get politically correct because onje ton tope jail on wa. Àwọn yẹn one shape for the country. Àwọn eléyìí one shape for religion.
Ahmed, educated people, especially in the southern Nigeria, they are people who believe that they are not, they are infallible, right? They are more dangerous than those who are not educated. I swear, they are more dangerous. Because they will justify all manner of nonsense just for self-aggrandizement, self-reward.
I'm telling you. So you see Nigeria, Nigeria otini problem. Nigeria till accident completely. Accident to see me. Accident in Nigeria ni kò sí mechanic tó lè túnṣe. Mechanic tó bá sọ pé òun fẹ́ tú we talk say he wan repair Nigeria. Any mechanic wey talk say he wan repair Nigeria. Walai mechanic Nigeria lo ma ba ye je. That is why we see that your politicians come. I hear you, Maiyegun.
Ajaokuta only Nigeria. It cannot be fixed. You understand? It is an old technology. You understand? It's like old technology. You need to dismantle it completely. Do away with it and bring in some new creation, new countries. Ahmed.
I'm telling you. So for you that you keep saying one Nigeria, make that one Nigeria no go happen to you. And I get one thing, Maiyegun, I get one more thing we be say I want to talk. So like you get one thing we be say up to now, me, you see me, if I go post something for Facebook, I get people who go to the they disturb their life. They disturb their life. The moment disturb by you, so somebody posting come disturb. So to disturb them more, I go come say, God bless the United States of America. You know what one way he can talk? One way he say, you didn't bless your fatherland. Your money, fatherland. You and that's your fatherland. I you need that. Now outside typing you. Now outside in you type in say, hey, but a blessing in fatherland in Kabakana bless, nace, barin ma. Kusan rabin abin da ban samu ba tun da aka haife ni har na yi rayuwa har na bar Najeriya. America a cikin shekaru kalilan ta mun abubuwan nan. Saboda haka da kai da wannan fatherland din Allah ya tsine muku albarka. So wetin I talk be say ever since them born me, wetin that fatherland no do for me. We be say he even won't spoil my life join. America do am in a twinkle of an eye. I can't tell and say with you and your fatherland, you shall not be well with you now. You and which fatherland? Fatherland where we say politicians they carry their own children from us. They crease me, they tell me fatherland. Are you mad? Which fatherland? Kilo come in fatherland. It be gone daddy land. Kilo so daddy land. Dimo ayi father you mean daddy. I mean daddy land.
And daddy,
I see one person for there. They talk Garba life. Garba, ni dan Kaduna ni keden yinani. They can live with Mali.
You are both from Kaduna.
Calling.
Celia. Same Celia now. Garba life. Thank you so much.
Okay, Garba life. Oh, okay.
So every time you see Garba life, it's Celia. I don't know why we haven't taken. I don't know why we haven't taken Celia to 1,000 subscribers yet. The last time I was on our YouTube. And I was like, she was somewhere around there 200 or so. Then we took her to over 400. And it seems like it's been like over 500 as well. But it seems to just have stopped. I mean, see, the only way we can help ourselves or keep our community stronger is to encourage ourselves. If we can see as many of us who can get inspiration from this platform, right? To have the ability to also want to reach out to people like, from your own stuff. We should be able to sort of support ourselves, right? Kind of, that's how you build a community. That's how you become big. And then before you know it, you may have 4, 5, 6 very powerful, influential platforms built from here. And when you now see the combination of all of that, now so you will just have a multitude of disciples. So when you see any of us who is kind of doing something to put something out there, especially on YouTube, it doesn't cost anything. It doesn't. But sometimes it helps. And we might be planting a seed that will later germinate to a very massive tree, not just a tree that will give us shades, even bear fruit that we can even feed on that as well. Do you know that? I have a caller. Hello there.
Hello, Mr. Maiyegun. Good evening.
Good evening to you.
Yeah, I'm very fine. And you?
Very well too. Thanks for asking, Baba.
Yes.
Sorry.
Thank you very much. No problem. I'm even lucky that I could get you. Yes, now. My name is Friday. The guy that Friday from Andorra.
Friday from Andorra. It's been a while as well, Friday.
Yeah, normally I don't usually call. I always listen to you. I always listen. Yeah, watch. But when there is something that touches me, then I will try to call. You get?
Yeah, great. Thanks.
So,
please go on.
Yeah, thank you very much. So there is something that touches me, which, like I always say, I started paying attention to my present, my past, and I see my future already. So when I was paying attention, I see that yesterday there was something about this supermarket in Abuja that said Nigerian people cannot enter this China stuff. So that story now brought me back to when I was working in the Chinese company, the first place I worked before I left Nigeria. Baba, these Chinese people, they beat us like anything there.
You were working there or you are serving there?
That was working. Is a factory.
With working.
Okay, make I explain now.
I would love to hear you, please.
Please let me just explain. So this story now brought me back far. Like, guy, I remember when these Chinese people beat us in the factory. This factory is the name is Jubican Plastic. They produce this 50 liters plastic. So when I finished my school, when I finished my secondary school, I just wanted to work for some time. So I saw this factory. This factory is that normally they usually call that road Oregun Road. Now they call it Abiola Kudirat. I think so, Abiola Kudirat Road. Beside Dunlop, they call that place Dunlop. So I
think I know that
Oregun,
Oregun,
yes.
Those area. Yeah, I think I do. Go on.
Yeah. So we work there in that factory. So they produce plastic. So we're always in the machine. When the machine produces the plastic, then we'll be cutting off the unwanted parts to shape it as the plastic comes out. So this white Chinese man, when he comes around, he will hide. If he sees us talking, we are talking, or just talking, but talking, he will come there. He will just come behind us, Baba, see slap. This man beats us like. Now I come to real. I started thinking all these things like, man, don't suffer. So this man will beat us. This man will beat us.
When you don't even tell any member of your family, if you know it's going to go through.
You can't, you can't now. We are just working to get that money end of the month, to get that money, my first working now. So when our supervisor comes, I will tell our supervisors, Mr. See how Saki beat us. He said, what do? We said, because he saw us talking. Why tell you not Mama Soro? So the supervisor will support this man. So I come to realize that, guy, what you better think Nigeria, realize, but because of your program, since I've been watching your program, this program has made me to so focus in some things that I have lived in the past, and those things are still in the present, and I'm not seeing those things going away in the future. You get? So now I told myself, today I was just thinking about everything. I said, today I'll come Maiyegun to share this my experience and to talk to some of my Nigerian people that, look, Nigeria is a place that I've come to realize with my attention that I have paid. Nigeria has no present, it has no future. The only thing these people preach is this politician, they preach is, let's have faith. Let's have faith.
Yeah, with the expectation that
now
it will work out later, but there's no plan.
Yes,
it's working anytime.
Yes, now, Baba, I now went to the Bible to check what is the meaning of faith. Then faith says, faith is the substance of things hoped for. Then something hoped for. Then this country there is no hope. Then evidence of things not seen. What are those things not seen? That is the future. Then I was thinking to myself that, guy, this country no get hope, no get future, and they are preaching faith, faith, faith. What kind of people are we? I still keep asking myself. But because of your program and the world I'm living, this Western world, has so opened my heart, my brain, things that I don't know before. I started knowing them about Nigeria. That guy, I thank God though, because Yoruba people will say, when I came to Europe, it's like Moturami B again. I renew myself, like everything about me now different.
When they are talking about born again religion, your own born again is like a self-discovery and what do you call it?
Complete.
You get
completely. Look, my family member, when I'm talking to them, Mr. Maiyegun, they don't even understand from where I'm talking anymore. I realize now that I'm not the same with them anymore. I don't talk with them anymore, my family member. I'm talking about the family member. Because when I say something, they'll say, hey, you are living out there, so just hold that side. And I will tell them, you guys want a better Nigeria. And now I'm telling you how things work. You guys are not accepting what I'm saying. So definitely, Nigeria cannot change. The way I see it, it can't change. Obi will try his best, but Baba, the mindset, they can't change it. I rest my case, Baba. Thank you very much.
God bless you, my man. I don't know if you are comfortable being called them Fryo, because some people get mad at when they call them that. But it's so popular back then, if you remember.
Yeah, that's what everybody call. That's what they call you.
Okay, I'll call you Fryo from Andorra, brother.
Yeah,
God bless you for me, okay? Just take it easy, and then
thank you.
Keep watching. God bless
Thank you. I will never stop. Keep watching. I will never stop that.
God bless you. Thank you so much for that. Listen, if if you have been with us all night, right, and you haven't really liked this broadcast, you are not helping this tempo. And I hope you will. Hello there.
Maiyegun General.
The African Wahala Prince. How are you today?
I am very well, my brother.
Really good to hear from you as well.
And you too. You too. I just had to call in to contribute to what the previous speaker just said. Mr. Friday from Andorra.
That's right.
Congratulations to you, my brother, for, discovering this new phase of life. What his short story tells me is that many people, easily over 90% of the population of people stuck in the geographical space called Nigeria, they don't know their rights. They don't know what they deserve. They have been conditioned into accepting life as a difficult journey, as a journey where you either have to kiss ass and become a slave to someone, anybody, just so that you can survive, or you become one of the people whose ass is getting kissed by the poor people. So I'm happy that at least we have a place where we can all collaborate. All of us, the victims of Nigeria, we all experienced the victimhood in different levels. I'm not going to lie, I never was in the position where a Chinaman will be beating me up in Nigeria. I never was in that position.
See, I have heard situation whereby people have been subjected to the most inhuman treatment, to the point that when people even lose their limb,
my God,
they just get abandoned by this Indian, Chinese, Lebanese factories.
Yep.
And that also happened not just in those factories, even Eleganza, Okoya. We've had people who have lost limb, but because of their exposure to some of these machineries and all of that, and they got abandoned. But getting beaten, that's extra. People they go through a lot.
No, people they suffer. I've seen pregnant women. I've read stories of a pregnant woman that was beaten until she lost that pregnancy somewhere in Oyo State in an Indian company.
See?
Yeah. I've heard stories of Chinese. We saw the ones that you shared with us about 2 weeks ago. Chinese in what they call Benue State, driving out trucks, 30, 40 trucks, full of natural resources, timber, all types of mahogany. I'm talking about expensive, exotic plants.
Yes.
And the African people, we are just looking. Good afternoon, sir. We find some of our people and graduates with master's degrees. They are the truck drivers. They are the graduates and the ones that have master's degrees that are the Nigerians. They are the truck drivers to those Chinese that are taking out logs of wood from Benue State to China. And then the Chinese that are controlling those trucks in Nigeria, most of them are like people that have spent times in prison in China, the low lives of their society in China. They come to Africa and they beat us up. And I'm not going to blame them. I'm not going to say, oh man, the Chinese are evil, the Indians are evil, the Lebanese are evil. I'm not going to say that. Yes, they might not like us. Yes, without a doubt, I know that nobody likes African people. Me personally, in my life experience, I believe that African people are one of the most hated in the world. But it's not everybody's responsibility to like us. Yeah, for me, the thing is, even if other people hate us, it's our own job to like ourselves.
At least.
But since the people that are responsible for our societies, they are hell-bent on collaborating with those people that hate us to continue to trample upon us, turn us into refugees, crossing the Sahara Desert, dying in the Mediterranean Sea. We find African people. We travel all the way to St. Kitts in the Caribbean islands. Then we cross through the Darien Strait into United States of America and Canada. Man, we've gone through hell in life. Honestly. And I continuously blame our leaders. It's those criminal leaders.
Have you seen
I'm not going to blame the
detention,
Chinese.
Audience detention in Libya of our people got caught and being sold as slaves? Like they are being held in prisons, not police prison, not government prison, but prison of slave owners. Have you seen those videos at all?
My brother,
where some of them
I have been a part of people,
like plugging there to their children who are all, I mean, oh dear. Have you seen those before?
Maiyegun, I have been a part of a rescue mission. I've been a part of a rescue mission that rescued 2 women, one from Burkina Faso, all the way back to Bayelsa. She wasn't even a woman. She's 14 years old. The other one, 27-year-old lady from Shagam, from Libya back to Shagam. I've been a part of that process. So I know what people have gone through.
Wow.
You know, it's just unfortunate the kind of life that African people are subjected to on earth. People of African descent all over the world. But I'm not in the position of crying and saying, oh, Europe, stop like us. Europe, stop being racist against us. China, stop being racist against us. That's not my job. My job is to hold our own criminal politicians accountable for putting us in a position of permanent subservience. And that's why Nigeria is stuck in an infinite loop. We are just going round and round doing absolutely nothing. Maiyegun, let me just hang up. Thank you. Thank you so much. I wanted to just rant, call into the show.
You have done well as always, Baba. You know, thank you so much for bye. Okay, Baba.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my brother.
Good one, man.
Yes, sir.
Thanks so much. Now, that is the African Wahala. I also have another caller. Now, listen, though. Again, I can use this as a reminder, okay? So if we have, after the break, we have over 1,400 of us on YouTube. I don't see why we can't have up to 1,000 like 2 hours. I'll keep reminding you. Here is another caller. Hello there.
Hello, my good evening.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm good, sir. It's Ferdinand calling from Newcastle.
I know. How are you this evening, Ferdinand?
I'm good, Baba. I've been watching your program, following it from because a few episodes I missed back.
Oh. So you always you are one of the type that always love to go back and catch up. I like that.
Yes.
Some people don't like watching alone. You know that some people, right? This is their best time when they are here, when all of us are here. Once they miss it, it becomes so much of a thing. So but I do have people who go back and watch everything too. So if I have to speak to one of them the way I'm speaking to you now, I just say thank you. So thank you, Fedi. Go on.
Yeah, I went back and listened to the episode on fatherless people.
Oh, great.
Yeah. You see, Nnamdi Azikiwe really played a very powerful.
He's always there to help them. But it is history.
Yeah. I remember my father telling me one time that Zeke was not really the hero we all thought he was. That he was always selfish, and even back then when Apollo was busy bringing free education to the West, he was busy building hostels in UNN, and charging huge rent for students who are living in the school there. So, and I also started thinking, why would the British people pick somebody with a baggage? They had something on him because he had mismanaged. He was using the money from his bank to fund his party. And that kind of character could actually send him to jail. So they had that on him to control him. That was why they put him to work with, to form an alliance with Tafawa Balewa. And so they made him the Governor General, and Tafawa Balewa was the Prime Minister. And he was playing to their tune. And if you notice, we still have Zeeks today. For instance, like Kolu is a Zeke. He's playing the character of Zeke. Do you know why?
Why?
Because Kolu has a drug baggage in America.
He does.
And you remember that the FBI was supposed to publish his files.
And now they consider they are like redacting his name out of it. They remove all his names.
Yes.
Don't release them.
All of a sudden, that file, the one that was released, was compromised.
And now it's no longer useful. It's useless.
Yeah, and both the Americans and the British, they will not really support Obi to be president because people like Obi, you don't really have anything on them to control them.
Yeah.
You get it? So it's easier for them to support Kulu. Imagine support
compromise. You know what they call it?
Yes.
It's compromise. And once you have it here, that same, see, all of us who knows that Tifnubu is a drug dealer, Tifnubu is a money launderer, and Tifnubu is that everything that we know about Tinubu, right? That all of us are not mad at the way we should be really, mad, right? If America, France, and Britain decided that Tifnubu's days is over, suddenly, that drug dealing thing that is not issue will become issue. You see, immediately, all that looting of Lagos and controlling this or that will become issue. And everybody will begin to now wonder how, why. It's because the external influence they want to get rid of him. And same thing that you couldn't get rid of, they will amplify it. And suddenly you see protests all over Nigeria that Tinubu is a again.
And they'll be the one to sponsor it. But why they won't do it is because they still want to be controlling.
No, you see, Tinubu right now, Tinubu has no problem with them. If they ask him to jump right now, he's only asking them how high. Jump.
Baba, you forgot this man entered not even up to 3 months. He wanted to go to war with Niger. What do you think happened?
He was ready to go to war, carry Nigeria to war for France.
Because that was what they thought, because he was fighting for legitimacy.
And now,
he
want them to validate him.
Exactly. So that is why it actually will be very difficult for Nigeria to hold as an entity. Nigeria needs to split up so that each region will actually be responsible for their own fate.
That's right.
And future wars. Because it doesn't make sense putting everybody together and then you're trying to control the whole country with the few corrupt politicians that has been ruling Nigeria since 1960. It is always the same name that has been ruling Nigeria, the same league of people, the same cartel of people, you see. So it's better we just go our separate ways and so that we know that we are in charge of our own destiny and fate in our own.
Sink or swim. It will be our own choice.
Yeah, and to respond to my brothers who actually made some few comments about the Chinese. The Chinese have never had the interest of the Chinese. Their own racism is even the worst in the world. I put it that way. Look, I don't like saying there is. I like giving an instance. If you're traveling from Obibo to Aba, there is a place called Okwa. There is one Chinese company around there. You won't believe it. The guy was coming from Port Harcourt and stopped by there to take some materials. A lot of people were working in that company. A lot of people that have been working there. It's an iron smithing company. They have injuries on the leg. Sometimes they'll be working in the factory, their leg will cut off. Iron will pierce their leg, pierce their hand. They have series of injuries. You know what these Chinese people do? These Chinese people.
We see all their victims abandoned in different villages, communities, that they are far away from the,
I will get a video or picture of their signpost and send you on WhatsApp so you can put it on air. What these people will do is that they will collect the ID card of their workers and then they won't let them come back to the company again. And they treat our people there.
So you have no proof that you are their staff.
Yes, this is to avoid damages. And what they do there is when they beat our people, just like the way the other guy was saying, I've not worked in a Chinese company and I can never work in a Chinese company. If Chinese are the only people that have companies in this world, I'd rather remain poor than work with a Chinese man. Because I have this temperament issue that I cannot let you cheat me.
You can't.
No matter who you are. Even as I'm in England now, nobody be you white can talk to me and I'll give it back to you.
As it should be, man.
That is
As he should be.
That is, yeah, that is the kind of person I am. I give it back to you instantly. I'm not scared of anybody. So, what I'm trying to say is that this Chinese man, do you know what he told one of the workers there?
What?
He told those workers that they should work fast, that Nigerian government is owing them a lot of money, that every Nigerian, both unborn children, is owing China 7,500 naira.
Really? They are saying that to their staff there, that all Nigerians is owing them. You better work hard.
Even that our unborn children to the fourth generation
work and pay the money.
Is owing China 7,500 naira per head. Like, when I heard this, I was very mad. And it explains the reason why they treat us that way, because our previous politicians have sold Nigeria to them because they borrowed huge sums of money from China. China feels that they can come into Nigeria and do anyhow on Nigerian soil and get away with it. You get it? So, because some of these things they are doing, we cannot do it in their own place. We also sort of how
they have police stations. They have Chinese police stations in Nigeria.
Can you imagine that?
And now that they arrest, see all those Chinese factories, right? Some of them, if they happen to be around Lagos, you could get arrested by the Chinese police in Lagos.
Imagine.
And now they said it's normal thing that China always do because they believe that that's how they can use their own Chinese law to deal with the Chinese nationals in a foreign land instead of using the law of that land. Information is out there. Honestly speaking, Nigeria is not a real place, man.
We are in the UK here. How many Chinese have you seen talking anyhow like he's behaving anyhow in the UK here? You can't find that nonsense in UK. Only in Africa, because our politicians have gone to borrow money from them and sold themselves as idiots and slaves to them, because of few flashy cars and personal lifestyle and all that. So I think the best thing is for us to have, a divided region whereby we all control our own.
It's just pure regionalism. Even at this point, if the people of Niger Delta says they want to have their own Niger Delta nation, let them have the region, let them have it. If the people of this other, let them have it. Let everybody just at least have their space.
Exactly.
Okay? So if everybody can't try their own, they need to say no work. They call themselves together and decide and form another bigger country. Eh?
Exactly. That's just it.
Ferdinand, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You have a good one, okay? As a brother there, a brother from another mother, and that's how we see ourselves on this platform, especially as we all know, respect begets respect. Respect is reciprocal, old or young, as a brethren in the temple, right? You are my brother from another mother and my sister from another sister, which is mom, right? Here is a caller. Hello there.
Chairman Maiyegun, this is Adiola speaking.
Adiola, my man. How are you tonight?
I promise I won't take too much time tonight. I'm just going to feed off what the previous callers have said.
Now let's get into it then. Go for it.
I think I will start my conversation today with the Yoruba proverb which says, "Kosi ashegbe, ashepamola sanlowa."
That's right.
So, this Nigerian model is not in perpetuity. It's not in perpetuity. It will never be in perpetuity. There is a start and there's a finished part of it.
That's right.
It will go up in flames at some point. That model called Nigeria is very porous. It's like a broken down city. When you go to those ancient ruins in Greece, or even when you see it, they are broken down cities whereby you can come in and come out, come in and come out. There is so porous. There is no accountability. You will do something at the state level, you go ahead at the federal level. So it's a broken down city. It's porous. You can come in and come out. You can do as you wish, as long as you have influence or a person that has means or someone linked to the authorities. You can do as you please. There isn't any law that can hold you. You will sin at state level. You will hide at federal level.
You can hide.
There is no record. There is no repercussion. There isn't any punishment. It's a broken down city. It's in ruins. So if a city
has no walls and a city is broken and a city has no defense, people will come in and make their own laws. The Chinese will come in and they will make their laws because that model called Nigeria is a porous model. It doesn't serve anybody. It only serves some selfish interests. It only serves some selfish people and their selfish interests. And the turning, maybe my own theory, might come to pass or maybe might not come to pass. I believe there is a generation of people that will not take this rubbish.
Me too.
They won't take this rubbish. I believe you are coming to the end of it.
A generation is coming that will not be as calm as me and you. They want to have a conversation around it. They won't ask for conversation. They will take what they think is theirs. And around that time, it will be too late to even have a conversation. I believe it too. I do.
Yeah, and I have this belief, and that belief is how I put it, is a predictable model. If you keep on doing a certain thing, you can't expect the right thing to happen. If the outcomes are predictable from whatever we do. So let us be honest, Maiyegun. Let's have that conversation. Because for me, this is how I deal with things. If a country keeps on going this way, the inevitable is a collapse.
It is.
Am I right or wrong?
And it can happen faster than a lot of us can predict. Some people believe that it will never happen anytime.
Exactly.
Some believe that it won't happen in their lifetime. But you see the level of the degeneration that Nigeria has been experiencing, especially in the last 8 years. It will happen so fast that a lot of us will live to tell the story like, then the whole story will change again. People will begin to say, we saw it coming. No, you didn't.
No.
Because if a lot of you actually see what is coming, you will put together now and have that chart on how to peacefully break up this contraption. But it's going to happen at the other.
So if we know that the end is predictable from now, because the Bible says when the clouds gather, there's no need to start praying or anything. The rain is going to come. So since we are settled that the inevitable will happen, there will be a breakup at some point. Because if you keep on doing these things, keep on, how best can I put it? It's a broken down city. But even the ruins that is there, you are still breaking it down again. That, when you go to some parts in Greece, you find that the broken down cities are being preserved. There isn't any further destruction again to those structures. But in this case called Nigeria, they are still chipping away. They are still chipping away from that relic that is there. That relic, that arrangement relic.
History
they are
still
still chipping
itself, right?
So they are still chipping away the existing structure.
Yeah, you see, Adeola, all of the fallen republics in the history of Nigeria, they were surrounded by the story of abuse of power, corruption, excessive looting, disconnection between the led and the leaders. All those things that we are witnessing today, they've happened again and again and again in the history of Nigeria, and they never ended well. But this will be the final one. When it explodes,
it will be the final one, because
they will not be able to put it together anymore. They won't.
A good indicator of this is the fact that the country is indebted and is continually being indebted. So it's no longer prosperous. We have left the age of surplus resources from all the all the resources that we never used. So we wasted it. So
Adeola, look at them on your screen. Those are the northern governors. You know where they are? They are in America.
Yeah.
Look at them seated there, all of them there, including their entourage. They are in a room in America discussing the insecurity in their regions where they govern. Those are the northern governors. Look at them. They are in America.
So what's the outcome? So correct me if I'm wrong, but or probably just guide me through this. If you sit down in a place that is foreign from your own domestic problems, what will be the outcome of this meeting? What will be the outcome?
The meeting will have more potency than you doing it where the event is really happening, where the terrorism is happening. So that one won't have enough. It's always, man.
So now that we are settled, that we know how it will end, I think it's only wise to know what we need to do when that time comes. That's how me, in my mind,
manage the catastrophe because it's going to happen.
I manage it because it's going to happen. So what should we be doing, or what should we do, or what should we expect, or how would this end? Because when it breaks, are we going to look at litigation? Are we looking at how we're going to go to court, or how we're going to look for how to share all the everything?
I have an answer. Adiola, let me pretend I have an answer, okay? Because I don't follow the answers. I don't want to, you know what I mean? But let me pretend I do. Let's pretend that question is for me. What should we be doing if we all know that it's going to happen? What should we be doing so that when it happens, we will know that we'll be doing the right thing to ensure that, Adi, is that not the question? Now, you see what we are doing now is it starts from what we should be doing. Another appeal that I will be making to a lot of people is that if you think when I do my program, I speak directly to you, because there are people that feels like my messages every evening actually speaks directly to their souls. And to some extent, right, some of them feel compelled to feel like I'm ready if they say, let us go now. Let us take the leadership. Let us take this or that. I think I am ready. So we need to begin to see ourselves beyond those who are worried because of what people are doing to shortchange our future. It is scary, right? So we need to go beyond being the people, right, that are complaining and worried, to people that are preparing to take charge and take over, to implement exactly what we think is right when the pandemonium starts. You see, with the right information, Adiola, a lot of us should be trained in this way of available regular information on the subjects, trained to cite opportunity when they see it. And what do I mean by that? There are events that will happen, Adiola, that a lot of people will be confused. To some extent, some people will be so confused that they will be asking and praying that the situation should be brought under control. But when we train the people, when we train the mind rightly to cite opportunity of saying, when the whole thing begin to disintegrate, don't go and join forces with people who are calling for let's come together, let's come together. No. That moment of when people are calling let's come together with the right information and enlightenment and education, Baba, we will be calling for let's break it up. And it won't be a request. It will be a full demand with other forces that will follow. How do our people cite and spot opportunity when it comes? That will be our job. Because it's going to come. And it's going to come. We should begin to see ourselves as the leaders we are actually waiting for. Remember that.
Exactly.
We should begin to see, so that when you see the opportunity, this country is about to explode.
It will explode because
are you waiting now, Adiola? I am talking about when you see the full sign, right? What we are seeing right now, just the symptoms. When things begin to fall apart, a lot of us will need to go beyond complaining to actually taking positions.
Of course.
Ensuring that it never comes together again, Adiola. So that would be my own pretense to say that would be our preparation, because nobody's going to do this for us. Me, you, and all of us all over the place.
I do agree with you.
We must begin to see ourselves as those who are going to play a role, but we must know when the opportunity presents itself. But go on, Adiola.
I do agree with you. I believe knowledge plays an integral part in that freedom. The more you know and the more you can share and the more you can influence people when that opportunity comes, then you can change their minds. Because I'll just leave this on the last note. I got a hold of this book written by this woman. What's her name again? It's called Tropical Dependencies. It was what was her name again? The name just keeps skipping my mind. Tropical Dependencies by Flora Shaw.
Did you say Flora Shaw?
Flora Shaw, you need to read that book. I believe every Nigerian needs to read that book. And, it was written back in those days. It's part of the forgotten books. And I actually tapped into her mind to see what she thought about us as a people. And when I read that book and I read the writings on how condescending it was about us, I said, I wish people knew this. I wish people are aware of this. So if you take the paragraph of how she described that region, how it was coined, she was confidently saying it's not even a place. 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 Negro land, in our own words. So when you look at that book and you read about the mind those people had against us, then you will say you have to take ownership of what they call you. That's why for me, calling me a Nigerian, it is an insult. You cannot name me. I have the inalienable right to call myself what I want to call myself. No one should come out from any place and look around and call me Nigerian when that name, the origin of that name is derogatory. So we need to take over that ownership of that name and say, you know what? This is not who I am. The moment people come into that revelation that that name is not a good name, and that name, no one should tell you who you are. Who you are is inalienable right. No one can they've taken away from you. But it is an anomaly for someone to take what they can't take. You can't take what you can't take now. So what we call Nigerian, for me, is the insult. Even God himself did not call us that name because that name is derogatory. So why should we keep on using that name? Why should we abolish it? And that's why knowledge sharing, continual knowledge sharing, so people will know. Baba, God bless you, sir.
God bless you too.
I don't overrun my time.
No,
Baba,
it's all right.
Enjoy.
It's worth it. Okay. Thank you so much for that and the passion added as well. So that's a very good one. Now, I'm gonna let's see if I can still take one or two more calls. Hang on, give me a sec. I'm gonna try this. Okay, I think I could still probably take one. Can you hear me? All right. So I think I actually thought I got you though, but maybe I got you. I mean, I get you now.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Oh,
Hello,
Jima. Good. Yeah, brother. How are you?
Oh, my God, fine. Good evening, Baba.
Good evening.
Bless you, Baba.
And you too. Thank you.
I'm going to make this very quick. I know your time is going. I've been watching your series on the book, The Fatherless Nation.
Oh, Baba, that book
Yeah.
also confirmed all we know about the TV people. And every time I mention the TV, now you they come on mind. No joke. I'm like,
Baba,
Yuma.
you just be like, say, you be one of my old lecturer when I first started school. I studied history and he was my history teacher. So I was discussing to him one day and I was asking him what happened to the Okaku. So now my old man friend, he was a civil servant in the Benue civil service, but as they go now, things got rough and then he had to become a lecturer. So the guy told me that if I know the beginning of something, of a story, the end will not be very, very, surprising to me. That you see what you wrote, that book that you read was a book that he quoted and told me the story from point A to point Z. Baba. So from my first year in university, I knew that, man, this place, no. It's not really. I have to find a way to get out of this place. And at the end of the day, Baba, I'm so happy that I'm so glad that man put me in the position that I understood Nigeria from how Nigeria was concepted to what it is today. The amount of brains, the amount of good people, the amount of quality people that Nigeria has killed.
Wasted.
Just
to give us this
just to give us this nonsense. And you see Gawan, I've always told you that Gawan is a coward.
100%.
He had the opportunity.
One as well. I didn't even say much.
Very useless coward.
Like we did up at Zikiwe. Go on.
Gowon's own is the one that paid me. Gowon was in the right position to do everything right so that he will not inherit this mess. But he chickened out. So that's my own beef with Gowon. I've never considered him to be somebody of importance or somebody who did something great for Nigeria. Well, Maiyegun, I want to ask one question. You know, yesterday you played the counter-terrorism meeting.
They call it counter-terrorism summit.
I want to ask one question, please. That woman said that since Bola Tinubu has taken over power, there has not been no. Come. Is there anybody sane in that country?
There's none.
What happened in
Not
Jos?
too many are sane. But you know, we even leave the people of the country. I'm talking about the audacity of those who found themselves in public offices to lie to the face of the people in the country without blinking. Imagine somebody saying, "Oh, since Tinubu came in, there's not been a single terrorist attack."
No.
Are
My
you
question is,
actually
what happened in
joking?
Jos? What happened in Jos?
at the Christmas Eve last year?
No, what happened to the lecturer?
What about the that one is just 2 days ago.
What happened to the Obas? Was it a party?
Maybe it was a
I don't understand. People don't call that kind of nonsense. And then that one that they call him Nuhu Ribadu with his long neck like ostrich sits down there and he's nodding his head as if he's doing something serious. You are telling me that AK-47 has come down from 5 million to 1 million.
No,
in the first place, should they have unlicensed guns?
500,000 to 1 million. Now it's 5 million. So the terrorists can no longer afford it. So that has been
should they be having guns? That guy should bury his head in the sand like an ostrich and stop talking to people as if these people Maiyegun, I've always said it that you can't help Nigeria, you cannot save Nigeria. And I mean it, you can't save it. If you can't, tell me how and where you're going to start from. Just tell me. Make it make sense to me. I beg, I don't want to talk too much before I can't overload myself with anger.
Thank you very much.
I beg. Greet Agbeke, I beg.
I will.
And the kids.
Greet the women as well and everyone for me too, okay? Take it easy, man.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. So that's a Yuma, my brother, Yuma Gudu. So my time is so up, and I know a lot of us that's who are still trying to call in, okay? But let me keep saving my energy when I can, as much of it is now being dissipated than before. But I'm going to have my brunch time with Maiyegun tomorrow. You can call in. You know, afternoon is where you can come and gist with me, Sha. Yeah, where Maiyegun is doing the brunch time, okay? And you are free. You can sneak in and have a chat with me for minutes, more than 5-10 minutes possibly. So I've had a very wonderful time with all of you tonight, as usual, and as always, I will see you some other time. But thank you for for sharing your evening with me again. And indeed, if you haven't really liked the video, maybe you should go and do it. I will see you again. Stay safe and good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Ó sì tún ṣe é. kẹgbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Maiyegun Diary, na he be number one.
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó jódodo.
Maiyegun Diary, na he be number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe. Fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ̀lú ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.